Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be creating some really pretty decor for my craft area, and I'm so excited. It's going to be really fun. In yesterday's video, I hope you enjoyed it. We were creating some custom labels, and I was using those custom labels to begin this whole process of organizing my craft space. It's starting to really look good around here, and I love what being really organized does for your creativity. I'm usually an organized person in nature, but I have just been working so hard on creating some fun content for you that sometimes when you're just so busy, the space gets a little bit crazy as well. So now what we're going to be doing today is we'll do a really fun sign. I hope that you love it. I found these files in Cricut Design Space, and when I saw them, I immediately was very excited because I thought I have got to make a sign for myself. So I'm really excited to show you my idea here, and I hope that it inspires you to do something similar or the same. And if not, I really just hope it inspires you to think about how you can, decorate your own craft space, because I think it's really important to surround yourself with, beautiful things that you have created. I think it does a lot for your inspiration. So for this project, we are going to be using this really neat wood sign. I got this wood sign actually at Target. It was on clearance. I walked into their craft area, and a lot of their wood was on clearance, and so I hope that doesn't mean that they are going to not carry it anymore, but if so, I did pick up a few things. I walked through with my arm and just started pulling things into my cart. So I did keep this. It's called Handmade Modern is the brand, and it's a wood sign. So it was on clearance, regularly $6, and it was just around $4. So I picked one up, and I really liked the shape of it, and then I really liked this pretty rope that came through. I was originally thinking, oh, I'll take that rope off and put a nice piece of ribbon through it. And then I painted it the nice white color because this does come in a bare wood. I painted this nice white color, and I really liked the contrast between the white and the rope, and I thought it was really pretty. So I am going to keep mine as is, but if you want to add some ribbon, that would be so nice. So again, it comes in the bare wood. It also comes with some clasps attached, just in case you want to use those to hang it instead. And I used the white chalk paint. You guys know the chalk paint that I absolutely love. If you don't know, it's in the description box below. I love it. I did 2 coats, and then I did an electric sanding just to distress the edges and to smooth out the surface so that it's ready for vinyl. So for materials, we're going to use a squeegee tool. You can use a scraper that you have. You're going to also need some scissors and a weeding tool of your choice, some transfer tape. We're also going to be using a couple different colors of vinyl. This is the light gray Oracle 651. And this is the light pink Paper Studio. So this is a Hobby Lobby brand. We're also going to be using some print thin cuts or printable vinyl. So this is the Cricut brand. I really like it. And this is actually a scrap piece. So it usually comes in an 8.5 by 11 sheet, just a standard paper sheet. And so I had a little bit of scrap left over from a design that I had done before, and so I am going to feed this through my printer to use my leftover scraps. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get this measured for you, and I'm going to measure the sides, or from one length to the other, and it is about 8.5, and then I'm going to measure from here to here, so that is about 8. So we have 8.5 by 8. So we are going to now go into Design Space really quick, and we are going to look at the file that I'm going to be using and get everything all printed out. Again, we're going to be doing a combination of printable vinyl and adhesive vinyl. So I'm really excited. Well, we're going to be using the Maker today. You can use the Joy, but you can only use it for the vinyl portion. So the Cricut Joy is not compatible to work with printable vinyl. So that's why I pulled out my Maker today. But if you're just doing the vinyl part of this project and you're not going to do the printable part, then you can go ahead and grab that Joy. Just always be aware of your sizes, but I believe this is going to be small enough to fit in the Joy as well. I double check. Okay, everyone, let's hop into Design Space, and we will get to showing you exactly what we are using in terms of designs, and we'll get to cutting and applying. It's going to really look cute. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Shapes box, and we're just going to replicate that square space that we're going to be working in. So I'm going to unlock it because it wasn't quite a perfect square, and I'm going to go up here to my width, and I'm going to type in 8.5 and then my height of 8. And then I'll just color this white to replicate my sign. Now, again, this does come down in a triangular shape and nature down at the bottom, but I'm just going to be, for the most part, working in this space. So this is how I'm going to size my design that I'm working with. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to images, and we'll start grabbing the images that we're working with. The first one, I just typed in Crafting Forever in the search box, and we're going to be using this one right here, Crafting Forever, Housework Whenever. And then the next one I'm going to type in is Cricut. Oh no, it's going to be Maker Machine. And it's this one right here. Now, if I go to this I button and click this, I think, oh yes, I did notice they have the Air machine too, the Explore machine. So you could do that as well. I don't know if they do have the Joy yet, just being that it is so new. So I'm not sure about that, but so far they do have cute Explore and Maker images that are super fun. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how they're both in this little queue down here. I'm gonna go down and insert images, and it will insert both into my little area. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to I'm going to take this little pink part of the top. So I'm going to just take the pink portion, and I'm going to lighten it up a bit and make it just a little lighter, because I know that it will match my light pink vinyl if I make it this FFDDD color. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and make this file match in color tones to this. So I'm going to grab first the cut image, the cut layer. I'm going to click on the Crafting Housework. So that's the block. So I just go ahead and click on that single one, and I can go up here and I can make it that light pink. And then I can go and click on the second layer, which is the Forever and Whenever, and I can make it the gray. Okay, so those are the color tones that I'm going to be going with. You can go ahead and personalize this however you want, for whatever color you like, whatever color your machine is, whatever color theme your craft room is. You can make everything personal to you. This is just the colors that I'm going to use. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this top one to a print and cut. And how you do that is you just select it and go over here and click flatten. Now this will be a printable vinyl or print and cut project. So now I can go ahead, I'm going to size this down a little bit, and I'm going to bring it over. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and click this one, size it down a little bit, and I'll bring this over as well. Probably make this one actually a tad bigger. Okay. And then I will grab, actually it's not going to matter, I was going to center them, but I'm going to have to apply them separately on my board regardless, so that's okay. I'll just leave it just like this. So now what's going to happen is this is going to print on printable vinyl, and then this Crafting Forever, Housework Whenever, this is going to be out of adhesive vinyl. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and I'll go over here and click the Joy just to show you. So you won't be able to do the print and cut part, but you could not flatten it, and you could just create this out of vinyl if you would like. And then obviously we're not putting the white box, but the letters are small enough to go into the Joy. I again am going to be doing my Maker because I will be doing the printable vinyl through mine. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this white box because we don't need it anymore. It served its purpose of just helping us size our design. And I'm going to go up here to Make It. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to do my print and cut, and then it will prompt me to do my vinyl. So it has it all separated out nicely for me so that these two pieces will lay down together for spacing purposes, and then these will lay down together for spacing purposes as well. Okay, so we're starting with the print and cut. So we're going to click continue. The first thing we're going to do is send to printer. This is the printer that I use. You can use any printer as long as it is an ink printer, so you will not want to be using any laser printer. I'm going to keep the bleed on. What it does is it just adds a little bit more ink around the edges. That way it compensates when it goes to cut, that if the cut is not quite perfect, then it is already compensated with adding a little bleed so that once it cuts, it will do a really nice fine cut. You will also want to make sure that your machine is calibrated before doing printable vinyl or print and cut. So I am going to go ahead and hit print, and then this is going to, I'm going to load my printable vinyl into my printer and allow it to print. When I come back, I am going to then click vinyl for the remaining pieces to cut. So I'll just switch my setting there. For this piece to cut in the maker, I will be using the printable vinyl setting. So I just wanted to point those out before I do anything else. That way you know that the behind the scenes selections will be different. All right, so I'm gonna print this and then we will get to cutting and applying. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have my printed little Cricut machine, so cute, and I'm going to place it on my mat. So what you want to do is always make sure that you keep this black box no matter what. The Cricut will utilize that black box to know exactly in reference where the cut is going to be. So you always want to keep that black box on. Don't do any cutting. You're just going to place your paper or your printable vinyl right on the mat. So then what the Cricut is going to do is it is going to go ahead and scan those that black box. They're called registration marks or registration lines. And it's going to scan that, and then it will know where it needs to cut based on where those lines are located. So all you need to know is that your machine needs to be calibrated and that you need to make sure the black lines stay on the design. So go ahead and then load. So I'll load this into my machine. This is going to be a very quick cut, and I'll keep this camera on for a second so you guys can see it scan it. So it's going to start by scanning. It'll pull it in. And now it's scanning the top. So we'll just go through. Now it's going to scan the sides. And then it scans the bottom. And now it knows exactly where to cut because it knows where those lines and registration marks are. So now what it's going to do, it's going to begin the cut, and it's so easy. This will be very, very fast. And just like that, it is just about done. Okay, so now it's going to let us unload. And it cut perfectly. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and take this off my mat. It looks really nice, and I'll show you guys a close-up of this in just a second, but let's move on to the next one we are going to be doing is our gray vinyl. So we'll just go ahead and I'm going to go into Design Space like I told you, and I am going to switch the setting to vinyl. And then I'll just lay this, looks like it's a nice brand new sheet. I definitely organized all my vinyl yesterday, you guys, for that project I was doing. You should see my vinyl. I'd pull it in, but I have it all set up in the background, so. But my vinyl from my new vinyl bin is so pretty and so beautiful. Everything is organized. I can see everything. I'll just take this little tape off in a little bit, but I don't think it's, no, it's not going to affect my cut, so I'll do it in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to load that in, and we'll get to cutting this as well. Okay, so I can unload this one. Looks like it cut out perfectly. And I'll go ahead and remove this, and then we will cut our last piece. So easy peasy. Okay. So, did you guys notice, I guess I didn't pull it together, but these colors match perfectly, so that'll be awesome. I'm just going to scrape that down, and we'll load our last color into the Cricut. There we go. Whoops! If you ever accidentally load it crooked or not quite perfectly in there, you can just press the unload button and try again. Sometimes that happens. And then when the flashing button goes and begins to flash, you can just click that and it will start cutting. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces all cut out, so now we can start weeding. So we can just start with our print and cut. How awesome is that? Okay, so what we'll do is just go ahead and remove the backing, and I'll show you. If you'll notice, some of the backing has, it's a little hard to see with the gray, but it has ink all around the cut. So that is what compensates for the bleed. So that is what the bleed feature does. It just bleeds a little bit more ink around the edges so that when it goes to cut, the cut goes right in the center of the actual cut and the bleed section. And then it leaves you with a really, really nice finished cut. So that is going to be our little Cricut machine. How cute is that? So now what we'll do is we will just start weeding our individual pieces. So I'm going to start with this little gray guy, and I'm going to go really, really slow and careful because in this script font, they're all connected, which is great, but if you accidentally make a mistake and start pulling a letter up that's not supposed to be pulled up, it's that mentality of come one, come all, and they all just can start following the leader, and then you all of a sudden have a little mess on your hands. So just go a little slow with that. And the next part is just going to be going through and weeding out all the little pieces that are in the middles. And then just collecting all the tiny little scraps that come off. In a future tutorial, in fact, I might have that coming up quicker than we think. I'm going to be making a little weeding box for all my little weeding scraps. I just need a little something from the top of my desk to place things in. So I found something that I think will work great, and now I just need to make it all cute. So hopefully I can get that coming to the channel quickly because I need something just to hold all these little pieces. They tend to cling to a sock if you drop them, and then all of a sudden you're like 2 stories up in your house from where your craft space is, and you find little scrap materials on the floor. It's just crazy. Okay, last little one, and we are done with the gray. Looks so cute. I love the, I don't know if I said it in this video yet, but I love how you can pair a really pretty script with a block font. It just really is attractive to the eye, and it just looks so nice and polished. I tried to do it whenever possible in my crafts because I know it always just looks very pretty. Okay, so grabbing all of those little tiny pieces. Woo! Okay. And again with just the middles. Woo! There we go. And there we go. Okay, so again, this was the Light Pink Paper Studio brand, and I'll hold up and show you how well these two match together. So again, this was it FF? I can't remember. FFDDD was the little code for this nice pink color, so they'll match. And also, if you're using the Cricut Joy, their new tulip color, the smart material, also matches really well too to that color. So if you're just wanting to color match, if you ever are trying to color match on Print and Cut, just keep printing out your colors on paper instead of vinyl. Don't print on vinyl until you're sure, but print out on the paper. Just keep printing and seeing what is working for your eye, and then when you're certain, then you can start printing on the vinyl. Sometimes I do a couple test runs on paper before, you know, I make my first one. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to start doing transfer tape on the adhesive vinyl. So I'm just going to do that on both pieces, and then we'll get to placing everything down. This is going to turn out really cute. I'm really excited to see the final look. Plus I'm excited to have something like this hanging. I'm going to put it on the pegboard behind my computer and machines, so it's gonna look super nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to lay down the Cricut first. So you can peel this just like a sticker because it's all one piece. So very carefully pulling it back. And I'm going to place it there. Looks good. Just lay it down just like you would a sticker. Okay, so there's the first little part. It looks really good. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is this crafting and housework, the block part, and I'm just going to scrape down my transfer tape so that it starts to connect with the vinyl. And this is what will pull the vinyl from the carrier sheet to the transfer tape, and then we will be able to apply it to our project from there. Now I like to keep my weeding tool handy just in case any of the pieces decide they want to not quite participate or come off the carrier sheet. You can just nudge them along. Okay, that actually did very well. So now what I'll do is just centering this with the little Cricut. Just gonna lay it down. That looks good. And rub with my fingers first. Then I'll grab my squeegee and just press and, you know, rub, scrape, whatever you want to call it, down. And then I usually just kind of grab a little lip of that and then pull. Okay, so there's our first little layer. Very cute. I love that font. So cute. Whoever designed this did such a beautiful job. Okay. And the same, again, this is the Oracle 651 vinyl, and it is so nice to work with. Hopefully I don't jinx myself, but usually it comes up super nice. Again, now remember we are going to be doing the script portion, so we want to make sure that we're just gentle so we don't pull up multiple letters together. Ooh, just like I almost did, but didn't. Okay. Come on, little guy. There we go. Pretty. Okay. Perfect. All right, now we can just place it. Now they do kind of fit snug together in here, so just kind of watch. It's a little hard because this transfer tape isn't clear, but I love it, love it, love it. Okay, I think we're right about there. Final answer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. And then scrape. Okay. The final reveal. Looks so neat. I love it. What do you guys think? I think that turned out so pretty. And I love the contrast and the natural element of the rope. I think it's really pretty. Again, you can put ribbon through there if you'd like, but I kind of like how organic and like natural that looks together paired with like a really pretty and flowy script. It just all just kind of works very well. So I am definitely leaving this as is. So nice. All right, everyone, that is the final look. I'm so excited. I'm going to hang it up right now. And then I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love that. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me what you're crafting. Tell me how you liked this little final result. I think it turned out really sweet. And also, if you are not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. I would really enjoy having you here. We're going to be doing a lot more fun things. A couple more things for the craft table in terms of craft organization, which will be fun, and then continuing on with spring crafts. So please be sure you're subscribed. We're going to be having a lot of fun in the future videos, and I can't wait to see you guys next and to show you what is coming to the craft table in the next video. Bye.